All right, sensitive topic time. A lot of people ask, why can't some women get pregnant? And it's a really complicated question, but we're going to dive into it today. So, there are a lot of reasons that women can have a hard time getting pregnant. One of the big ones I see is actually birth control. That's right, I know you're not on it when you're trying to get pregnant, but a lot of people are on it for years and years and years and years. And what happens is it's basically messing up hormone levels. And so those hormone levels have a hard time re-regulating without help. And so if your hormones are out of whack, your body will not get pregnant, even if you're still not on the birth control. That's one of the big issues. Another one that people don't actually think about is it's not their fault. I know that's something that a lot of people need to hear, but a lot of times it is actually something to do with the man's sperm. That's the problem. So if it's a problem with the guy, a lot of times he won't even get tested. And so the woman will go in for visit after visit after visit, go through all these hormonal treatments, go through all these other treatments just to find that there's nothing they could have done because the guy didn't get tested. So when people come in, I always tell them both parties need to get tested. Also, for a lot of people with fertility issues, people talk about age, and age does affect things because the eggs aren't the same quality as you get older. They get released at different times, but age isn't as big nowadays as it used to be if you can balance those hormone levels and you can balance out stress. And that brings me to another big one: stress. Stress is huge. Stress, which causes anxiety, and it's usually a self-perpetuating cycle. What will end up happening is you try for a few months, nothing happens. And then you get stressed out. And then you start getting stressed out every time your cycle is supposed to start. And then it just messes up everything because stress is a big hindrance to getting pregnant and staying pregnant. And so for a lot of people, stress, anxiety, those are big things that can stop both in the short term and the long term. Another thing that can affect fertility, which goes along with the hormones, is not having enough exercise, being heavier, because what ends up happening is the too much fat will actually affect hormone levels. Fats are actually estrogenic, which means they add basically more estrogen to the system just by how they are. And so for a lot of people, that can be really difficult to get pregnant and again, it's a perpetuating cycle. You have a lot of stress around trying to get pregnant. And then when you actually, do want to get pregnant, you eat because you're stressed, and it's just a cycle. And so I think the main thing is to realize also that this isn't your fault. If this is something you're going through, this isn't your fault. For us, my wife and I, when we were trying to get pregnant with our first, it took well over a year. And the doctors actually had no idea. We went and saw the doctors, and they're like, no clue, no idea. And so, I did a little bit, but I think stress was a really big part. And then, at some point she did get pregnant, and then we thought we lost the child with a miscarriage. We didn't, but I did a lot of treatment to help hold the pregnancy as well. And we ended up with a healthy boy. And what's really funny is when we tried for the second one, it was like a 1 day delay. Like there was nothing. So a lot of times also just getting to that first pregnancy will make future ones easier. Anyways, I hope that gives you some information and some hope for the future. Tune in for the next video.